Hello to all my Chewies and my Wampas out there. I hope you're all doing well and having an amazing day. Today we are going to recap episode 3 of the Kenobi series while tossing in my own personal opinions from time to time. If you are not looking for a spoiler or have not watched the episode yet, I highly recommend coming back and watching this video after you've done so. With the heads up out of the way, let's get on into it. The episode begins with us taking a look at Ben trying to reach out in the Force to connect with his deceased master, Qui-Gon Jinn. As he is reaching out, we notice that he is starting to struggle and is flooded with tons of voices emanating from his past. Voices that he hears include Reva, Master Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Anakin. As these voices creep into his head, we can see Darth Vader's process of putting on his iconic mechanical suit. It's pretty awesome. I think for many fans, we've been wanting to look at this for so long, and I'm just so glad we actually have a full-on visual of it. It's so cool. In the next scene, we see Reva meeting with Vader via holo communication. This is a moment where we see her trying to usurp the Grand Inquisitor's position. We know that the Grand Inquisitor was betrayed by the third sister Reva in episode 2 where she stabbed him through his torso with the double-bladed lightsaber. I have a feeling though that the Grand Inquisitor is going to come back and just wreck Reva once he heals from his injuries, since he is the main antagonist in the show Star Wars Rebels, which takes place 4 years after the Obi-Wan series. Something I thought was interesting about the episode was the foreshadowing that Leia has an affinity for using the Force due to her natural curiosity when asking Ben, "What is it like?" Obi-Wan's answer reinforces that when one draws upon the Force, it serves as a guide. I'm excited to see if Leia is trained by Obi-Wan at all in the ways of the Force, or if she just has a moment where she's able to surprise everyone by drawing upon the Force without any formal training, possibly saving Obi-Wan or any of their allies. We see later in the episode that Obi-Wan fixes Leia's little droid, Lola. This moment reminds me of how Anakin was always so handy and talented when it came to droids. Life seems so much simpler when you're fixing things. I'm good at fixing things. Always was. Obi-Wan basically being Leia's family through his bond with Anakin does right by his old friend by doing something that her father would have gladly done for his own little one. Obi-Wan explains how he was taken from his family when he was young by the Jedi. He remembers very little, possibly having a brother and remembering his mother faintly. We enter a scene where Reva meets with the fifth brother and another sister of the Inquisitorius. Upon entering the room, the fifth brother demonstrates his dominance and superior command of the Force by forcing Reva into a submissive bow before him. Reva shows her cunning and manipulative nature by stating that Lord Vader wants her to lead the hunt for Kenobi. This interaction showcases that the Force always balances out, especially when those that fully embrace the dark side always tend to unravel themselves and crumble due to infighting. The dark side always corrupts Force users, causing them to always crave power for the sake of power. Seeing Reva turn on the Grand Inquisitor is a prime example of this. It also makes me think that's why the rule of 2 is quite possibly the most useful thing the Sith have ever utilized, with just one master and one apprentice. We come back to Kenobi and Leia along with their new friend, Freck, who managed to sell them out at an Imperial checkpoint on the planet Mapuzo. Kenobi, careful not to draw more attention to himself, opts to take one of the troopers' blasters and fires at an Imperial probe droid and takes out all the surrounding troopers. We always have known Obi-Wan to be great with a lightsaber, even besting General Grievous in the past, but can we talk about his skills with a blaster? I mean, wow! Soon after, we see Obi-Wan and Leia rescued by Tala, a former Imperial officer for the Empire who says she served the Empire until she knew what they really were. Tala reminds me of Iden Versio from Star Wars Battlefront 2, where she and her Inferno squad realized the hypocrisy of the Empire. Shortly after being rescued, Tala takes the group to a small building in town that serves as one of many safe houses where we are introduced to a lifter droid named Ned B, who doesn't talk, but actions speak louder than words, as Tala says to Leia. When scanning the walls, Obi-Wan sees a message from Quinlan Vos, a Jedi with a rich backstory who writes, "Only when the eyes are closed can you truly see the way." This quote makes me think of the Mandalorians when they always say, "This is the way." It may be a coincidence, but not many things in Star Wars are. They are carefully mapped out, and this could signify a greater meaning between the two factions. As we are finding out all this rich knowledge, we start to witness Obi-Wan having an overwhelming sensation wash over him. This is due to him feeling a familiar yet menacing dark side energy which can only affirm what he heard from Reva, saying, "Anakin Skywalker still lives." We see Darth Vader in all of his scary awesomeness walk through the town, force choking and crushing innocent bystanders in the town while searching for Kenobi. Eventually, Vader finds Kenobi and they clash sabers. After several attempts from Obi-Wan to disengage from the fight, knowing that Vader is much more powerful, Obi-Wan asks Vader, "What have you become?" To which Vader replies, "I am what you made me." We come to a point during the battle where Vader says, "You should have killed me when you had the chance." Then force chokes Kenobi, lifting him up into the air and viciously pulling him down towards a huge set of flames he created. This part shows how ferocious Anakin, or should I say how Vader, has become. He has endured so much pain to where he wants Obi-Wan to feel exactly what he went through after their battle on Mustafar. Thankfully for Obi-Wan, Tala and Ned B save him. And of course, we get the always fun ending with Reva about to kidnap Leia after killing the pilot sent to pick up the rebels. That sums up the episode. That brings us to the end of the breakdown. It seems that Leia is being kidnapped left and right at this point. But I personally am very excited and happy with the series. I feel that the seasoned Star Wars fans have been seeing everything that fills in the gaps between the original trilogy and the prequels. It is great to see that so many shows are being announced for Star Wars, and we are going to continue seeing a great series like Obi-Wan, The Mandalorian, The Acolyte, Andor, Tales of the Jedi, and much, much more. That will bring an end to the video today. I wanted to thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear all about your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and click the subscribe button to become a Chewie Wampa. Until next time, friends, may your midichlorian count forever be in your favor.